Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night.
Coach on the eastern edge of the D.C. metro area in Lando. Now Trubisky on first down. That is caught by Cohen. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing here, Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down now, it's Cohen. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. On 3rd down, Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. Very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They fake the handoff. Now Keenum sliding out of the pocket. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. And even 60 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And now they'll throw with Keenum. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Vernon Davis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point good by Hopkins.
3 weeks, 3 touchdowns. It's obvious they've looked his way early and often in the red zone this year, and that's usually a pretty good place to find a tight end in the NFL.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Call that a very strong gain of 24. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And the result here. A pickup of 8 leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Play action. Now Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
Again, it's Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Torrey Cohen. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive. That pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. A reminder that we kick off Week 4 on Thursday night. A good one in Lambeau. Eagles and Packers, two teams with eyes on the playoffs this year in the NFC. Coverage starting at 8:20 Eastern. And hard to believe it. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. On first down, Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. He'll have a first down past the 40. That's good for 28 yards.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Montez Sweat brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And here come the Redskins now. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Completes it to Davis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. And that is intercepted. by the All-Pro safety, Eddie Jackson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On second and a couple, Trubisky. He's got Burton here. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Check 31, check 31.
Now Saquon Barkley. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Now Haskins to throw it, eluding the pressure right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points.
Check 53, and let's get this.
They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Trubisky now, pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only one incompletion. And another 1st and 10 here. Now Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Trubisky now off the bootleg. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 12-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Really in a hole here. Again, it's Cohen. He's going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. The kick by Bryant is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Automatic first down.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Trubisky, and that'll be incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Draw play, Cohen. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Barkley. Room here to run. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. It's complete to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. And he completes it to Cohen. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 45 yards to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. On 3rd and goal, Trubisky.
Second goal left.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Cordero Patterson. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears cut into that lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Redskins, and that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
Let's go, folks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. On second down now. Barkley. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Washington, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Redskins as we say so long from FedEx Field. This player's development trait is hidden. Put this player in your... Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. These players are on the last year of their... This is the player card. Here you can see your player's strengths and...
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Got it. Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Let's go, D.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
Look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. This is Barkley. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Second down, Haskins. Flush to his right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Doctson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call.
Ready to break. 51. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing is Smith. The tight end, Rhett Ellison, with it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. From the red zone now, Smith finds his tight end Ingram. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A healthy Evan Ingram, that could be a great elixir for New York this year. A season ago, he only played in 11 games because of the injuries, 35 catches, which was a dip down from 2 seasons ago when Ingram caught 64 passes. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The numbers for Gallman a week ago, 18 carries, 52 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll try to pound it in with Gallman. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal. Now Smith. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Montez Sweat in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
Remember with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Here's Haskins to throw. That's caught by Trey Quinn. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they?
Ready up. Mike 51. Mike 51. We go. Slam.
Down. On 1st down, it's Smith. That's complete to Gallman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now the former Redskin. Here's Alfred Morris. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Gallman will run it. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 63 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it there to Vernon Davis, the tight end. But now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, the plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Now it's Haskins. They will find Davis. That's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, tight down. There you go.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Smith now to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Smith. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 42. To throw is Smith. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again is Smith. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Smith throwing again. And that one his first incompletion in his last 6 passes. And it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Smith. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Rosas puts this one through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That good for 22 and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly... All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
Ready. You don't know no better.
They start on the ground with Goldman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He's going to let this one go for He's got him in, complete. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the toss, there goes Coleman. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Redskins scoop it. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Switch up. Shift.
They begin the drive with Morris. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
25 yards that time.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
On first down, it's Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Vernon Davis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Hopkins with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a...
Ready. 8, read. Man out. Whip.
They'll begin with a run by Gallman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Gallman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Daron Payne gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw, Smith. This is Shepard on the catch. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now Smith. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down carry for Barkley. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Rolling to his right. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A gain of 32 that time. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Vernon Davis with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter. And the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive.
Let's go now. 10-2 start. 54. And keep it up.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Smith on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Now, with trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Smith now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Again, Smith. And this is Latimer, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And down inside the 15 he goes. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. From the red zone now, Smith. This is caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored a point.
Oh, this is blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live foot. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 40. And he takes it all the way back. And this crowd can't believe what they're seeing. Things go wrong even after a touchdown in this one.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great...
And got his man complete. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Let's go.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
On first down, Barkley. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Switch gears.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy?
We go set 50, plant. Big rip.
On the draw, this is Goldman. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. From the 45 on 2nd down, Smith and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Now Saquon Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
At the Giants' 27-yard line.
on second down. Barkley. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Gets past one man. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Haskins going to try to throw it. They'll roll him out right. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Showed some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out of the pocket but still able to make the throw for the score.
So that means he's not a method actor?
No.
Because with the improv means break character when you need to. And in the NFL, when you have those guys chasing you, sometimes you have to break character in a big way. But I love the fact that he stayed downfield, kept his eyes up, and made the play. How many rookies do that well?
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Redskins, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Well, we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the New England Patriots and a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And the Washington Redskins. Out comes Dwayne Haskins to lead the Redskins. The rookie QB wearing that number 7 jersey. The 15th overall pick out of Ohio State. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And he finds the tight end, Reed. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Now Haskins to throw it. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe some explanations.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Now Brady on the bootleg. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, they'll run with White.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now Brady. He's got White here. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And the 13-year man puts it through, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And on that last drive, Went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On second down now, Barkley. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that? Hitting the defense hard early. And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So, line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Haskins, flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Haskins to throw. Jordan Reed has it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throwing the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They run with Adrian Peterson, the 2nd active leading rusher in the NFL. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
That throw by Brady incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
53!
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28.
Now that defense, they as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprint.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Haskins will throw. Complete. Richardson has it. Washington. Paul Richardson, 81 yards, and the Redskins have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw in that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now a carry for White. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Redskins have the 1st down on a pickup of 18.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. On the run, it's Barkley.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. first down. Brady. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Brady to throw again. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Ben Watson was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. This is White on the screen. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. A good run on first down. It's got it very close to the line to gain, just shy of the 35. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we have reached an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. They start the drive with White. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Now, how many times have we seen that? 3rd down and Tom Brady turning to old reliable Julian Edelman. Of course, no Rob Gronkowski now. Edelman, the main holdover, the 33-year-old who was the Super Bowl MVP last season. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From just shy of midfield, Brady. It's complete. James White. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I'm guessing, partner, that if we're in the huddle with the Patriots right now, there's not a single guy that thinks they have any chance of coming back in this one, especially not with Tom Brady.
Yeah, who's Tom Brady? What's he done in the past as far as comebacks are concerned? They're down right now, but that can evaporate quickly with him in the huddle. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease.
Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They stay on the ground with White. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On second down, it's White. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Tom Brady needing a fourth-quarter comeback here. He's actually only done it 8 times in the last 5 years, but if you break that, and this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Benjamin Watson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Brady going to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. Barkley, he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They go play action with Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jason McCourty, a safety blitz and a sack.
Well, enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been...
Hey, set. Alabama, 380. Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Wait, that fly, 20. 54 months. I'm coming for you.
In his own end zone, it's Brady. Thomas has got it, complete. And all the way in, touchdown, New England. Demaryius Thomas, 98 yards. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. We know it all too well. You give Tom Brady time on the clock in the fourth quarter, you're playing with fire. We just saw it.
Yeah, and when you talk about playing with fire, it's really more like a raging inferno when it's Tom Brady, isn't it? And you almost expect it. Actually, you know he's going to come downfield and score against you. But here's the thing. Can you match Tom Brady now? Because there's still time on the clock for a chance to come back at it.
Yeah, maybe that long touchdown, they would have preferred something a little more methodical, because you're right, there's still quite a bit of time. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Forced out to his left. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw, Haskins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll go to Barkley again, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They're going to run it with Barkley, and he will not get there. He comes up short, and they're unable to push this lead to a field.
That's it. That's it. Big hit. Wait, that 380. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Hey, Alabama.
He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Brady. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Back to throw. Might not be anyone that's run the 2-minute drill better than Tom Brady. 2nd all-time in fourth-quarter comebacks.
And even though he's 2nd all-time, it feels like 1st in all the most important comebacks. He's the right guy to have the ball in this situation.
Back to throw. Caught by the tight end, Watson. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Back to throw, Brady. And that's complete. It's Watson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 38-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Hey, that's 53! 53! Come this way, here we go.
Now a first down carry, it's Michel. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. You've got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
So now it's going to come down to the Pro Bowler, Gostkowski. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So now it's going to come down to the Pro Bowler, Gostkowski. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
Check 53, come on, baby.
One final shot for Haskins. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Patriots, this is the development trait. This is the ability. This player has his own ability. This is a power. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.